Who are you?
I'm Tom from IGN. I'm impressed. Yeah,
Oh,
doing a
okay, cool.
BTS thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. IGN, man.
Yeah. Everyone is getting ready to shoot this first scene of the day. Something tells me they're gonna go through a lot of this. Just getting super normal shots of people walking, super normal thing. Is that Benjamin Button?
This is actually quite remarkable. This whole it makes you wonder what this was 100 years ago, because it's grandiose.
It's grandiose. It
But
also
it's
looks.
also creepy.
Yeah, it looks haunted as hell. I think it's probably time for me to go into this house, especially because it's starting to rain. Hello. Up to the attic yet. This is where we're going to be shooting today. What in tarnation?
This is Nick from
Hey,
Shudder.
Nick.
How are you doing?
Nice to meet you in person.
For sure.
This is
Hey,
Jordan.
Tom.
Hey, Jordan. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Yep. Want me to close this or sure sound? Check. We're shooting a segment for VHS called Stork. Stork is based on a series of images by an incredibly talented artist named Oleg Dovinko. We saw these images 5-6 years ago online. He has this incredible style that captures the look of sort of like a flashlight lit horror film.
No reward for going home with extra ammo.
Amen, sister.
The story is as basic as 5-6 cops go into a house that's old and haunted and dilapidated looking, and they start killing what looks to be sort of zombies, and it feels kind of ordinary. And as they level up in the house, things get weirder and weirder. You start to see sort of bits and pieces of things that involve children.
I was just reading the sides out loud, and some of the guys were like,
And when you get to the attic, then there's this giant bird, a giant stork.
Yes, we built a 9-foot stork creature, alien creature. Stork's made of latex, foam latex. We got fiberglass in it.
This is probably the scariest stork in cinematic history.
The neck is the kind of tricky part of the build, so that kind of required some extra engineering to kind of figure out the logistics.
It's always been really massive, but it actually looks even bigger in this closed environment.
My boys growing up, they've been my kind of piñata for makeup testing, and so they've worn all this stuff, so they're very patient with it and understand it. So big creature, I knew I needed some heavy lifting done. They're big guys, so they came in to help.
Right there? Go down a little. There you go. Good.
You know, if you're sitting at a restaurant and your knee is itchy, you don't just sit there and let the itch fester. You scratch your knee. If something's bugging you, typically you make the proper adjustments to alleviate yourself of that discomfort. In this situation, you cannot. You have to keep going beyond that discomfort point. Different costumes require different levels of going to that certain place.
Some days you just get eaten by a stork. It just happens.
A lot of people think found footage is like a very easy way to make a movie, and it's the exact opposite of that.
Is extra light in here offensive to you?
No, go for it.
Oh yeah.
Light is good, Brent.
Yeah. Well, I saw the headlamps and I was like, oh, they like to work in the dark. All right.
The entire shoot is basically lit entirely with flashlights.
That's something that I think a lot of people don't think about when they think about how to make a found footage movie, which is that all the lights need to be motivated practically.
It's the first time I've directed found footage, and I've been learning a lot about like what those things are that you can and can't get away with. I think the biggest thing is just having to be aware of when the camera would cut, who's operating the camera, why it would cut, frame up the crib, and walk really slow. And just that the ability that the actors can actually look right into the lens.
You know, a lot of our inspiration for the cinematography was really coming from like horror video games, Last of Us, Resident Evil, like how the NPCs talk to the character, to the camera. We referenced a lot of that, and we really wanted the camera to behave that way, as if you're in a video game yourself.
Just mind your own business. Keep that little light blinking, you'll be all right.
We came in here actually to this location 2 times before coming here to shoot. And when we're here, we LiDAR scanned the entire house and rebuilt it in Unreal Engine so that we could actually not only light the environment, but then actually walk through each room So we basically created our overheads for this thing and had shot the movie in our heads and also on the computer weeks before actually coming in to shoot it.
Pictures up. We should pause for a second. Yeah, just for sound.
Scene 12, take 1.
You know, it's funny. This is VHS part 7. We were pretty self-aware that this was part 7, and I think like some of our very favorite sequels have gone to space. And it started off as a joke, right? Like, well, why don't we just take VHS to space? And it just kind of became like, yeah, of course we should take VHS to space.
As a sci-fi lover, you know, like it's just been a dream come true to do this sci-fi version of VHS. As a fan of VHS series myself too.
All of the stunts and monsters and everything about this movie are just like dialed to the max. And I think the crew and the cast have really had like a fun time getting to work on something like that. And I think they appreciate just the energy of the scenes, and our excitement for this project too seems to hopefully have rubbed off on people as well.
Hey mom, I can.
We always have the potential to get better. The next one can always be the best VHS.
Cut.
Oh my God, that was awesome, right? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, 100%. Awesome. That's making the movie. Awesome job.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Moving on.
Wait, are you gonna be here for that that thing they're doing later?
What thing?
No, someone said they're shooting some crazy scene.
What is this crazy scene that's happening later that you guys aren't telling me about?
Are we not talking about? Is there a crazy scene? Is there something that I don't know about?
Hello? Where is everyone? I'm getting lost in here. Oh. Jeez.
Want to come watch the scene everyone's talking about?
I guess. I mean, guys, hey, what, like... Okay. Guys, like, is it... People are actually filming back here, right? Like, I don't see any gear.